This is Midrash Tanchuma on Parshat Bechukotai, and it's entitled Learning the Price of Ignorance from Yiftach. So we are in Parshat Bechukotai, and the Midrash delves into what is the root of the word Bechukotai. And the Midrash assumes that it's obviously chok, they're immutable laws. Now we know about the word chok from Jewish law, that there are aspects of Jewish law, for example, the kashrut laws. You know, some people claim that it has health benefits. It's a chok. We don't really know the reason. God doesn't tell us the reason in the Torah, and we do it because it's in the Torah. There's also other things in the realm of chok, immutable laws, such as gravity, right? So that's an immutable law. The Midrash very creatively wants to put something else into that category, and that is the appreciation of wisdom, and specifically the wisdom of the Torah, the knowledge of the Torah. That should be a chok. Yet the Midrash sort of bemoans the fact that it is not. How does the Midrash know? Well, just look at the history of the world, even recorded in the Torah. You have the flood. You have the Tower of Babel. You have Jewish kings like Manasseh, who actually put idols in the Bet HaMikdash. There are a lot of things that flew in the face of wisdom, and especially any knowledge of God, and when it became relevant, knowledge of the Torah. And the Midrash sort of focuses on one example in order to sort of make its point, and that is a general who later became the leader of the Jewish people named Yiftach. If you remember the story, so Yiftach came back from a very successful battle, and he made this vow that whatever walks through his door, he would make into a karban, he would sacrifice. And this kind of reckless vow was mocked by God. God said, well, what if it was a pig or a dog or a camel that walked through his door? Would he sacrifice that to me? So he made this reckless oath, and of course we know the tragic result was that the first thing that walked through his door was his own daughter. Now there's a lot of parts to the story to make it a tragedy. One is that he could have had this vow annulled. He could have gone to the high priest, and the high priest could have gone to him. Each felt too prideful to go to the other, and the Midrash says that the high priest was punished for that. Another irony is that his daughter seemed to have a whole lot more sense and a whole lot more Torah knowledge, and was trying to convince her father that he could annul the vow and it could be considered nothing at all. She gave two great examples. The first example it was with Yaakov, when Yaakov left after the whole incident with his brother who was out to kill him when he stole the birthright. So he has the dream under the ladder, the angels going up and down, and he says, whatever God will give me, I will give a tithe back to God. Now, of course, he ended up with 12 children. Was he supposed to tithe his children? No, it was not taken literally. When he said, whatever God gives me, he didn't mean human beings, just like Yiftach didn't mean his own daughter. Another example he gave was with Hannah, the mother of Shmuel. She desperately wanted to have a child, and she vowed that if I had a child, I will give the child to the high priest Eli. Didn't mean that she's going to give him away. It wasn't literal. It meant that he was going to study under Eli. So his daughter had these great proof texts, and here's another aspect of the tragedy. The Midrash records from the story that he simply didn't listen to her. So what became of her? She got locked away in a castle, and became a national tragedy. It says Miyamim Yamima Telechna Benot Yisrael Lechanot Tanot Lebeit Yiftach Hagiladi Arba Yamei Yamim Bashana. The daughters of Israel would go every year for 4 days, and they would chant dirges for the daughter of Yiftach. The Midrash goes so far to say, Im ye Adam Tzadik, va'af al pi shehu tzadik ve'eno osek b'Torah, ein biado klum. Someone could be a righteous person, but if he has no Torah scholarship, he just has his righteous deeds, he has nothing. So again, trying to put in stark terms the importance of studying Torah, evaluating Torah, and of course, this has become very timely today because raging behind the headlines is this debate whether there is a primacy of the knowledge of Torah or not. Have a great Shabbat.